Hi, Holly. I wanted to comment on your post because you had a different perspective from the article than I did. While we did kind of have the same conclusions in research study, you had brought different insights on what you had found was interesting, the strengths, limitations, and then application to your own life. So I wanted to go ahead and comment on yours just from the different perspective, and it brought new awareness for myself. So for the first part, you talked about finding it interesting that they compared the Catholic teachers to the Italian teachers, and not really taking into consideration the public school and their coping techniques or what that looked like, and I never really thought of that until you had brought it up as to what their coping skills were, and the fact that in the religious view of the Catholic school, prayer is probably something that is already implemented into their daily life. So it's something that they're kind of used to doing and relying on as a coping technique. So does that cause more of a significant improvement versus somebody who doesn't already have that implementation into their life? Or, if they do, it's more of a personal versus my job aspect as well. So that was a very interesting point that you had brought up. So I appreciated that. The other one, when you talked about the limitations, I did, note in there too that the population was just women. And so that didn't really encompass any of the other populations like men, or anybody with gender identity and what that looks like for them in prayer. And so seeing if that would have had any different impact on the outcome as well. I also thought it was really interesting that you talked about your own personal application of, you use prayer as your go-to coping, that it helps you with peace and that you really believe in it. And so that is something that you already do, which is awesome. So I think that is really great. And for me, I had the difference of this is something that I would utilize within my practice. Right now I work on base, and I do work with some clients where upon intake, we inquire on their religious beliefs, and then being able to offer them some of those coping skills and what that looks like for them, and, helping them to identify different Bible verses or identifying prayer and their higher power, and using that to rely on for coping as well. So I think that was another aspect of application that could be utilized with clients as well. And again, not all clients are religious, so it may not be as useful for some, whereas for others it would definitely be beneficial. And then to have this study to then say, hey, there's research studies that have shown that this is actually beneficial for your coping technique, and that there are impacts, positive impacts on life when relying on this. So I think that really helps kind of bring everything together with this. So again, thank you for pointing out some different perspectives for me and helping me to kind of see things in a different light. Aside from just the very normal, what was the study question and what were the conclusions. All right, so thank you again and have a great day.